Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to start histology. First lecture, epithelium. What is epithelium? Human body consists of primarily four basic tissues: epithelia, connective tissue, muscle, nervous tissue. How epithelia is made or formed? Epithelia is made of tightly opposed cell, and there is no vascular tissue between them. They are avascular. They are avascular. Okay. Epithelia is a collection of cells which are opposed together and very little material in between, and epithelia tissue rest on the basement membrane. They rest on the basement membrane which separate the epithelial tissue from other tissue. For example, underline we can see the connective tissues. Here is epithelia, here is connective tissue, and this one is basement membrane. This line is basement membrane. Epithelia is divided into two groups: membranous epithelium, glandular epithelium. Membranous epithelium is work as a sheet or membrane, external surface, make the external surface of the body. Glandular work as a gland to produce secretions. Epithelia tissue also lined all the internal closed cavity: pericardial cavity, pleural cavity, abdominal cavity, which is also called peritoneal cavity. In pericardial cavity around the heart, in pleural cavity around the lungs, in abdomen, the peritoneal cavity in abdomen. Cardiovascular system is also closed cavity. All the cardiovascular system is also closed cavity. So cardiovascular system also lined by epithelial tissue or epithelium. Third one, epithelium also lined body tubes which communicate the exterior or external. For example, tube of respiratory system, tubes of gastrointestinal system, tubes of urogenital system. Respiratory system, gastrointestinal system, urogenital system. Basically make three tubes. Basic function of epithelial tissues. There are four basic function: protection, secretion, absorption, sensory function. Protection. Here is the example of protection. For example, epithelial tissue on the skin, which is epidermis. It protects you from abrasion or injury. Number two, secretion. Secretion. They can produce different type of secretions and also play a role in absorption. Here is the GIT. G represent the absorption. Double A is amino acid, epithelial lining, resecretions. Inside these epithelial are secrete inside the GIT, epithelial cell. Okay, after taking food, protein are broken down into amino acid and carbohydrates are broken into glucose. This is taken from the lumen of the gastrointestinal system. Here is the lumen. Through the epithelial cell to the connective tissue and went to circulatory system. Epithelial, then connective tissue, and then into circulatory system. Okay. Absorption is done. Now we are going to start sensory function. Some specialized epithelial can detect the stimuli from the opposite. For example, the olfactory epithelium in the nose that can smell and odor. Second example of sensory function is epithelium related with tongue, which is making taste bud and that can work as taste detection system. For example, uh, epithelial also in the internal ear. There is sensory epithelia which help you to hearing and also help to keep you balance.